Okay, so all widgets are renamed. So now we're in this header stack. So we've got, as I said, we've got a background. Let's now add another widget now into this here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to add a column in like that. This is now getting ourselves ready now to start adding in what we need. So you can see here that we could kind of need, we're going to need a button up here. We're going to need some text here, text here, text here. I'm going to introduce a row just here, a row here, a row here, a row here with everything that we need in there. And we'll kind of space everything out with inside the column in just a sec. So let's just go here. Let's add our row in. I'm just going to create 4 rows there to represent kind of what we are needing like that. Now, don't worry too much about the button, but we'll come back and do that in just a moment. Let's now do the row. So we just need some text in here. So let's just add some text in, and I'll do the same here, and I'll do the same here like that. Now, what we need to do is we now need to kind of set some properties of our text here to make it a little bit more kind of in keeping with our kind of our design here. So let's have a look now. Just scroll down here then. So let's have a look at what we got here. So let's just move up. Now it's going to be quite large, or relatively large one to start off with. Let's start with our sort of title medium like that. We need to set some colors here. Go to the primary here. Let's now, as I said before, we had this kind of alternate text called a custom color that I set. So let's just set that here like that. That's good. Let's just go down to this particular one here. Now this is quite large now. So we're going to move and just change this now up to probably, let's just try headline large like that. Let's set the primary color down here to be the alternate text like that. And then for maybe this one here, let's just change this now to say maybe title medium, just a little bit. So in fact, no, that's not going to be title medium. Actually, that is going to be, I think, body medium like that, a little bit more thinner. So that's looking pretty good. So you can see here we need to, before we sort of space these things out, in fact, we'll do that now. We'll go to our column here. Now, the key thing to try to remember when you're kind of building out applications in Flutterflow is that you try to avoid using too much of setting up the paddings here, where you can let the columns kind of do the work, let them space out the widgets to get them very, very consistent, very nicely, consistently spaced out. So what we can do is we can come here and I can do some tweaks to this as well. What I'll do is I'll try to get this the best I can in terms of the way that I'm looking here, but do look at the kind of the final project as well, because I've kind of gone in and probably just made some tweaks here to the particular row. So there's a little bit of guesswork coming in, just why we do this in a particular live way. Even though I've got some notes here on my left-hand screen here, I'd like to kind of just try to just do it as the best I can to represent what we got here. So with the spacing, what I always suggest that you do, I always work in units of 4, 4, 8, 12, 16, and that's the way I like to work. So that's my good starting point here. So if I'm looking here to kind of space things out, I might sort of say kind of 8. So every row here is spaced out by kind of 8, which I think is a good starting point. Now, because we're working with a column here, we can't obviously put any kind of padding here on the left hand side or the right hand side here. We could do it on the actual rows themselves. That's one particular option for us. But I think in our example, what I'll do is we'll focus on purely just doing it here on the left hand side. I'm gonna put say like let's just do 20 here like that. Let's bring 20 here on the right hand side. I think that's nicely sort of spaced out, I think. Of course, this one here, we're going to need to kind of bring our whole column down from the top, because remember I said about the fact is where we're not using kind of our safe area here, we're going to need to introduce our own kind of more kind of virtual kind of safe area. So I'm going to apply that to this particular kind of column here. Now I'm going to guess at this a little bit. I'm going to sort of say this is going to be, say, maybe 40 down from the top here. We can make some adjustments very, very shortly. I'm just going to adjust the color here of this particular one here, just to make that a little bit more like the rest of it. There it is, like that. And yes, let's just maybe just fill this out here. So I'm just going to put some labeling in here just to make it look a little bit more kind of real world. So I'm just going to say, hey Steve, like that. And I'm just going to put a fake number in here. I'm going to say 751425, like that, something like that. There we go. We could, if we wanted to, we could kind of make this a little bit more bolder. That's fine. We're okay just to make that a little bit bolder. And then here, we're probably going to want to maybe make this just a little bit lighter for this particular sample. Now, of course, in Flow, there's lots of customization options that you can do with your text properties and your theme styling and stuff like that. I encourage you to kind of explore that to try and keep your UI consistent. At the moment, I'm kind of just setting these here, but I certainly encourage you to kind of create a good set of topography settings here, just to make sure that these are very, very consistent in your application. You can go in here and you can kind of adjust these and say, well, look, this particular kind of body medium, for example, might actually be light or something like that. That's going to take us a while to set that up, but in this particular kind of walkthrough and kind of building this, I've kind of kept it a little bit more about setting the properties here on the right hand side, but I certainly encourage you to kind of do it a little bit more uniform across your application. So let's have a look at this row then that's just at the top here. So we're going to want to introduce what looks like kind of a button, but actually is more of a kind of it's like a button, but it's kind of like a little panel that you can actually click on. So let's quickly add that in here as well. Let's just do a container. Let's set the maybe the height, the width for this maybe is 150. Let's set the height down to say about 40, something like that. Let's select the border radius. Let's do it completely across the board here. Let's go with 8. Remember, I'm talking about the kind of the units here. That's looking not too bad. I think maybe, yeah, pretty close. Maybe just a little bit wider. Let's bring that maybe up to maybe 170, something like that. Now with our row, we can kind of just align this, everything to the right hand side there like that. And in our container, let's just add in then another row, because that is going to contain this little icon up here, and then of course our text as well. So in that row, let's add in our icon like that. Let's add in our text as well, like that. Right, so with inside our row, let's kind of just sort of space things out a little bit. In fact, let's just bring them a little bit more like that. There we go. Might want to make some, probably some more adjustments to that. Maybe they're just a little bit spaced out than I would like, but that's fine for now. Let's just give this a little bit of text here. View your plans like that. Let's just change this particular icon here. Okay, can they do something like a switch or something like that? I just want to do something to represent kind of like the very similar to the application. There you go, maybe something like that there. That's good. Let's set the colors. What we can do with the font is we can probably just make this a little bit more semi-bold, just make this a little bit bolder. I think that's pretty good. Everything's nicely centered there. That is looking pretty good. So let's just change this here. Just say pay monthly, like that. I think that is looking pretty good. So it looks like we're now nicely positioned now where we can start now creating these kind of these sort of panels here for now. Let's move on to the next bit and let's start now doing this particular area here. Okay, quite strangely now, things actually do get a little bit more simpler in this particular build, because what we're going to now do is we're going to kind of move into more regular kind of Flutter Flow land, where we're just really kind of creating a kind of a column, and inside that particular column, we're going to be putting in a number of different kind of sets of widgets. But so let's walk through that together. Let's walk through creating this very first panel here, because as you know that we're in this page column stack. We know that we've got our kind of this particular area all nicely set up now. That's going to be the first layer of our particular stack. Now, of course, above that, we're now going to introduce another column, which is then going to encapsulate all of these particular widgets. But of course, the next column is going to be the next position in our particular stack. Now, as you can see here at the moment, it's kind of at the top here. But if I now just simply now add it in another container here, what we can now do is we want to kind of now set this particular container up to kind of have this visual appeal that we've got here. So let's do that. Let's set the width to be kind of infinity like that. Let's just for now I'm just gonna give this just a fake height at the moment of 200. We'll adjust that in a moment. Now with the actual border radius, now let's just set this as 12. Let me just go here, do this uniform across the top here, like that. I think that should be enough. And what we want to do is with this particular column, we now want to kind of handle the padding at the sides there. Okay, that's going to be quite important for here. So I'm just going to put maybe sort of 12 on here. That might be enough that looks very similar to our application. Now the key thing about this particular column is that we do need to position this down here. Always going to be in the same starting position on this particular page itself. So I'm going to kind of give this a position of 220, and you can see here that nicely is now sat just above this particular sort of container, which looks quite pleasant actually. But of course the container, you can see here that we kind of got some shadows that's going on. So let's see if we can set that up as well. So let's have a look here. Let's move down to then the shadow like that. Let's turn that on. Let's just remove that color for now. Let's give this a different color. Whoa, look at that. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Okay, I've no idea what's going on there. Flutterflow's just decided to interrupt and it thinks I've now got an internet problem. So let me go and resolve that and we'll come right back to where we were. Okay, so normal services have now resumed. It just threw me out of a project and I've gone back in again. I must admit, that's probably the first time I've ever had that in Flutterflow. So there you go, it's always a first. Right when I'm doing a kind of a live kind of build, there you go. Right, box shadow, let's go back to that. Let's set that. At the moment, we kind of got this default kind of shadow color in here. That's cool, that might be okay. Let's just set the offset to be 4. This is the Y offset, so we're going to kind of push the shadow down a little bit, and then the 0 offset just will kind of just remain like that. So that's probably looking okay. It's perhaps a little bit softer on here, but of course it means that we can kind of come in here. Oh, it's all gone wrong here. Let me go back down to where we are. Let's just minimize the header stack. Let me get back to the container. So we might want to kind of maybe just soften this a little bit with an alternative color. Maybe we can find something here that will kind of work for us. Let's just set the tertiary color for now. That although perhaps that might be a little bit, in fact that's even bolder than what I had before, which I don't really want. So let's go back out here. Let's have a look at the colors. Let's go back here. I think what I might do is I might just simply go for that tertiary color. Let's just bring down the percentage here. Let's just bring this down to something a little bit more softer. I mean, it could be that you might want to create like an alternative color for it, but just for this particular demo, we've kind of got a bit more of a softer color there. So that's pretty good. I think we've got a bit more of a spacing in this particular example here than what I've got here. So I think I need to go back into my column, and I probably do need to increase this perhaps up to not 160 to 16, like that. There we go. So it's a little bit more off the sides there. Right, you are. So inside this particular container now, we've got some other areas that we need to focus on. So again, if we look here, and if I just bring my annotation tool up again, let's have a look here. Let's just point some of these things out. So I think here it's looking like we've obviously got an overall column here, because you can see we've got lots of kind of rows that's kind of in this particular column. So what we're going to do, let's focus on putting the column in first. Let's go back here. Let's put that column in like that. And let's just, for good measure, let's just put the rows that we need in there. So let's just add a row in here. I'll go back to the column. Let's just add the other row in. Again, I'm using point and click. I'm normally a bit faster with sort of shortcuts and all that kind of stuff. So there's our rows. The first one is clearly going to be a row that's going to have an icon like that. Let's put the icon in. Let's now add another text widget in here as well. There's our text like that. That's pretty good. We'll sort of work on some stuff in a second. In this particular row, it looks like we've got a kind of a progress bar by the looks of it. It's going to come as a circle one to start off with. We just need to go down here and set this. Let's just set this as 0.9, so we've got almost a complete progress bar. Circular, it's going to be linear like that. Now the width, let's just take the width off here. Oh, can't do that, of course. Let me go back to it. There we go. Let me go down to a 100. I think we can do percentage here. There it is like that. Thickness, let's just make this a little bit more rounded at the edges. Set the actual thickness of the progress bar, not the edges. There's the end radius there. Let's set this as 8 as well. That might be good enough. So here we just want to go here. We want to change this to our secondary. We want it to be slightly darker like that. And with inside our progress, we want to get rid of the text. We don't want any text. So we've got a nice representation. And then our background color, let's just, for good measure, let's put something a little bit more. Let's put our alternate color. There's an alternate background here. No, sorry, not the alternate background. I'll get it right. It's going to be the alternate color there, which is going to be kind of like the gray that I've got. You can see it's right hard up against the edges, so we need to sort that out in just a moment. And then here, you can see here we just got some simple kind of text widgets here. We can easily kind of set those up. I'm just going to forget those for just this particular demo. Let's just focus on sorting this particular column out like this. Let's just minimize this in. So again, because we're dealing with a column here, we're safe to put some padding in here. I'm going to put 12 here on the right hand side, on the 12 here, and then I'm going to let the column then let's handle the actual spacing itself. So we've got some nice spacing going between these. Again, I'm just going to a little starting point of maybe 8 like that. Probably going to need to be adjusted, but the start space, we want to kind of push this down from the top. Now I don't think 8 is going to be enough, so I'm just going to put 16 in here. I'm going to put the end spacing in just to make sure that then anything that sort of sits at the bottom is correct. So what I want to do, I want the actual the child widgets here to determine the size of the outer container. So I'm going to go back to my outer container here. I'm just going to remove that height off. I don't want the height like that. That's super important. So the more we put in here, the larger the actual container gets here. So that's looking pretty good. So I just noticed something a bit weird going on with the progress bar here. It's kind of like overflowing outside of this particular container. So I'm just going to make a little adjustment. I just kind of expanded it to kind of, well, in fact, what I've done, I removed the width here, set it to PX. I inadvertently put like 100% in there. That was actually incorrect. So I've just set it to PX, got nothing in there. And I've just set the expansion here so it kind of expands the kind of the progress bar out to the available space that the container is providing.